Today we got our first impressions on Lamelo Ball's second signature shoe with Puma. So clean. Let's go.
Baby girl love my bop and I like me too. No.
Welcome back to our channel, guys. Today we got our first impressions on the Puma MB.02. Lamelo Ball's second signature shoe with Puma. These things, they came out quicker than I thought. I can't believe we're already back to, maybe this is the same time if they came out last year, but I swear that I got the Melo Ball ones later than, what is it, November right now? I swear I got them later than November last year, but the Melo Ball 2, they didn't switch up a ton from like the appearance. Like you have the same mid-top kind of structure, but like what they did is this used to be like kind of embroidered. It was kind of like a floral kind of look from the top here on the Melo Ball ones. Now it's got like this flame look to it. I don't know, Chase, how you like the design on these?
Yeah, I mean, there's really not much change overall. It's very bright, same thing as the Melo Ball ones.
I know, yeah. They launched in the same like kind of like neon. Last year they called it like the Red Blast. This year they're calling these like the Supernova. So like this thing is this little design right here that was all across the tongue. So they just moved it up and actually put it on the tongue. I actually like that touch. That's a pretty clean little touch there. But yeah, Puma Melo Ball 2. LaMelo's on his second signature shoe already, man. That is so crazy.
They're moving quick with him.
They're moving so quick with him. And he's like the only guy in Puma right now. So like he's pretty much just dominating that whole brand. But these retail for, they already price jumped these things. These are gonna retail for $130. That's still not too bad. But they were $125 last year. So I'm a little bit shocked to see that they already are like up in the price. What, we're going to chalk it up to inflation, or you think they're just going to be bumping this price up? Because that's not sustainable.
I mean, it's pretty typical. I wouldn't put it straight on inflation on this, because it is pretty typical. As the number of shoes come out, the prices usually rise. It's kind of nice though, because I think usually like Nike or New Balance, and you know, they'll raise them by $10. So we're seeing $5 increments. So hopefully in the future that keeps going, because that's a little nice. But overall, yeah. But
before we get back to the shoes, actually, let's transition. Today we got something special for you. Chase, let them see what we're rocking with for the socks today. This is
very exciting. We've been working on this design for a while now. We are launching our brand new merch line. We're gonna be calling it Baller. So
it's gonna have an alternative design too, guys. This is the one that says B-A-L-L-R. There's gonna be one that comes out with B-A-L-L-E-R with the red X or the E. It's actually really cool. We don't want to waste too much time talking about it right now in the middle of the review. Just be looking out for it. We'll do some more plug-in, some more promoting on some upcoming videos, but they're gonna be super clean. Back to the Melo Ball 2. Like I said, it's got a lot of the same looking features to the shoe, and it has, like, from what I'm noticing so far, it has like some similar, like a little bit of a similar feel. Like the whole shoe, it just looks exactly like the Melo Ball 1. So like I'm not expecting, they just didn't switch much up. And like I'm trying to think back, Kawhi 1 to 2, they switched up a good amount of stuff. The Zion 1 to 2, they switched up a good amount of stuff. This is one of those lines where it doesn't feel like they changed too much. But I mean, I'll probably have to get on the court to test that out more, so let's do it right now. All right, so now we'll put some shots up, kind of get a better idea of how these are gonna feel for performance. Before we do that, let me know what you're thinking so far about the Puma Melo Ball 2. Pretty slick. I think there's gonna be some absolutely sick colorways with these, with all the different stuff that you can do down here. There's gonna be some really cool colorways with these. So let me know what you guys are thinking about these so far. Also, feel free to throw down in the chat anything you wanna see on our videos that we do. You see us doing shoe reviews. I got a bunch of top 5 videos coming out. Let me know if you have any suggestions on different types of videos you want me to make top 5 videos for. I'm already doing like top 5 for the year. I'm gonna do top 5 lightest, top 5 for outdoors maybe, or something like that. So give me any comments give me any ideas down in the comments below. But now we'll go ahead and test and see how this Melo Ball 2 is gonna play for us today. And all right, here we go. Full disclosure, the Melo Ball 1 was like my favorite. I think it was my favorite. Was it my @1 shoe from last year? Or was it #1 shoe midway through this year?
I think so.
It was like, either way.
It was so far, I know it was at least in your top 5 for sure.
The Melo Ball 1 was amazing. Like, it was one of my favorite shoes that I've ever played in. And I'm telling you, the Melo Ball 2 feels like it's gonna do some similar stuff. Like, so for the cushioning, the one thing about the Melo Ball 1, what did they use? Oh gosh, was it Pro Foam, or it's not nitro? No, I think they do use some nitro in the Melo Ball 1. And I think they're probably gonna use it in the Melo Ball 2. Unfortunately, they didn't label anything on the actual model, so we don't totally know, because this is our like raw first impressions of this shoe. I'm gonna come back and do like an actual indoor review that comes out like a week, 2 weeks from now. So be looking out for that. But the Melo Ball 1, hands down one of my favorite shoes to hoop in. The Melo Ball 2, It's feeling like it's got that nice, like just dense cushioning. Like a lot of shoes have a soft initial layer. These things feel like they just keep going. The sock liner is so padded, I love that. For support on Lamelo's line, they don't really give you a lot usually. Like you're more so just like looking at something, relying on the upper material. Like there's no overlays necessarily on the shoe. There's not like midfoot straps or anything like that I'm seeing on here so far. No outrigger, no anything. Like you don't have an abundance of like just support features on the model itself.
How's the sizing?
That's for the sizing, I mean. Oh, they run a little bit big.
A little big?
A little bit big. You got like thumbs width.
You weigh what would you get? 10.5?
Yeah, I always go true to size, so I go 10.5 on these, and the width is fine. Width is pretty standard on these, but as for the traction, that'll be the last thing we talk about. That's normally really strong on his line. You got that rare text. He actually has that tatted on him too.
Yeah, it's a
I
little
remember that.
translucent outsole, so it's hard to see the actual grip on it, but the grooves
pattern-
don't look that deep.
The pattern last year, like they just used this random pattern. With Puma shoes, it never matters. It never matters with Puma. They have like, they might have the best traction like in the game right now. Who's close? Under
Material
Armour.
they're using for the actual traction?
It's like they call it like this non-slip, this like Puma non-slip rubber compound. And it just feels so good. They've been doing it on the Puma Rise Nitro. They did it on the Lamelo Ball 1, on the TRC Blaze Court, on all kinds of these just different models. And it's just feeling amazing. Like it feels so good. You gotta get one to go in. There it is. Like, I mean, Puma's putting out basketball shoes that just have no weaknesses. The Fusion Nitro is the one shoe where I was like, the shoe's good everywhere but the support. Other than that, I can't think of like a bad shoe they've been putting out. Puma's been doing amazing. I mean, Lamelo Ball's line, I love the ones. The twos feel great. He's off to such a good start. Nice. That wraps up our first impressions on the Puma Melo Ball 2. I love Puma basketball shoes right now. Like they're signing all these people, and like with all this young talent, like eventually some of them are gonna hit. They signed like DeAndre Ayton, they signed, oh gosh, Marvin Bagley, they signed LaMelo Ball, and this is their guy, I guess. This is the guy they're rocking with right now. I don't know if they're gonna have like more lines coming out in the future. Like I said, Michael Porter, they got some guys that could turn into something. This is a great start to a line. There's not many lines out there performing as good as Melo Ball's line so far. He's only on his second shoe. You have to love that.
But overall, Landon, you know, the people are gonna ask, it's $130.
$130.
It's the second iteration of the shoe. Should they buy this one? Should they just stick to the one? That one's gonna get cheaper. What are your thoughts?
I mean, the ones are gonna eventually sell out. They sell out every drop anyways. There's a reason that these shoes were selling out. The Melo Ball 2 feels like it's gonna play the exact same. $130 for the shoe. That's right. That's an average price for a shoe. Maybe even on the cheaper side. These are way above average. They may make my top. They may be top shoe of the year. Make sure that top 5 is going to be coming out here pretty soon, so keep an eye out for that. But worth $130, every penny, easy, way over that. But that's going to wrap up our first impressions. Thank you guys for stopping by and check us out. But until next time, peace.